We have a voicemail number. That number is 2192-DAVID-P. Here's something interesting. There's this Trumpy right-winger, Troy York, who's been calling into the show for years. And this is sort of like a last salvo from Troy York as Donald Trump is done and Joe Biden becomes president. Very confused, maybe sort of dejected, and just spreading a lot of disinformation. Let's listen to a little bit of it, okay? Take a listen to this.
Yeah, why do you keep saying that red states are the leeches and blue states pay into more? What are you
because that's true.
Talking about? Blue states cost more with the pension costs.
Okay, so that blue states cost more with pension costs. That has nothing to do with what I was talking about. The frame here is that if there were to be a civil war or a secession, now, unlike during the Civil War, things are less clearly defined because cities are overwhelmingly left, whereas rural areas are overwhelmingly right. But that if you can come up with a sort of traditional blue state, red state split, the country that would be made up of American red states would be completely unsustainable financially, because as we know, when it comes to federal funds paid in by states or paid out to states, the blue states subsidize the red states. This has nothing to do with state pensions.
The cost for the storing and locking up criminals, the cost of big government. Why do you keep saying that?
The cost of big government, yeah, it doesn't really sound like Troy York knows what he's talking about.
Red states are more sustainable. They can actually take care of themselves, produce food, and
again, all of that is very wrong. I mean, food is an interesting one. There's no doubt that many red and purple states are big food producers, but you need only look at the top food producers of the country to see that California produces twice as much food as any other state. And then if you look at the top 10, there's a bunch of purple and blue states there. You've got California, Minnesota, and Illinois are top food growers. Wisconsin is a top food grower. So, yeah, sure, many red states produce a lot of food, but it is not at all clear that that they produce more than the blue state. On every one of these things, Troy is just wrong.
Blue states are the ones that are constantly in debt.
Very much untrue.
And are mismanaged and are not financially feasible.
Yeah, I mean, so that's literally the opposite of the truth. As we've looked at many times, there are many more red states that, without being on federal welfare, essentially money from the federal government, there are many blue states that would be sustainable. There are very few red states that would. And I don't know that the facts really matter to a lot of these folks. And that's why tomorrow we will be going through in detail, or Friday, it depends if I have time, a very interesting right-wing focus group with Trump voters done by Frank Luntz. We have a fantastic bonus show today, and it's Inauguration Day. It may already have happened by the time you listen to today's show. Tomorrow, full wall-to-wall coverage of the Joe Biden inauguration, of the Trumpian right-wing meltdown, of the future of Joe Biden's day one priorities. Yes, we will be covering them, and so much more. Get instant access to the David Pakman Show membership program and today's great bonus show by signing up at joinpakman.com.